If this is your weight loss plan, you may not be going about it the best way possible. Stay tuned as I discuss what may be a better way to lose weight and gain muscle.
All right, so as you can see, this is the study that they did on the Hadza tribe. And so what they studied was total energy expenditure among the hunter-gatherer tribe. And you can see right here, relating physical activity to daily energy requirements. So the Hadza adults were studied at 2 camps with minimal intervention so as to monitor energy expenditure and activity during normal daily life. They measured walking distance, walking speeds, blah, blah, blah. So basically, I'm not going to get into all this, but basically what they were doing was they were studying just their daily activity. And the result was that fat-free mass was the single strongest predictor of total energy expenditure among Hadza adults. Hadza men used greater daily walking distances and faster walking speeds, but neither nor any measure of physical activity or workload were correlated with total energy expenditure in analyses controlling for fat-free mass. So what they're saying here is that what they say right here, daily physical activity may not predict total energy expenditure. And they say within traditional hunter-gatherer populations, but this also goes just across humans in general. Adults with high levels of habitual physical activity may adapt to reducing energy allocation to other physiological activity. So what they're saying here is that if you're doing a lot of cardio, if your primary form of exercise is cardio, your body will start to adapt to that. And so then over time, running or walking or cycling is going to use less and less energy. So you can't just step on the treadmill and see, calories burned, because it's going to vary person by person. So what's going to happen is the more cardio that you do, especially in the beginning, if you're aiming for fat loss, you'll have a very drastic initial response, because all that extra energy that you're using is going to have to come from somewhere. So it's going to have to break down the fat cells within your body. But what's going to happen is over time, and this can take months or years, what's going to happen is that the body will slowly adapt to that, so that it's using less and less energy. So then when you run or when you do some form of cardio, you're actually not burning that much fat. And so what always happens is that you will plateau. You will reach a point where you cannot burn any more fat doing just cardio. And what this result found is that muscle mass is actually the fat-free mass. So muscle was the single strongest predictor of total energy expenditure among the Hadza adults. So what's going to happen is the more muscle that you have, the more energy that you're going to use throughout daily activity, just to maintain homeostasis, to stay alive. So the more muscle that you have, the more fat you're going to burn, basically. So the more energy you're going to use. And so then if you can increase your muscle mass while controlling your diet, so that you're not going to be increasing your energy intake, then that's actually the number one best way to lose fat and to shape your body. Now, there are several reasons why this is the case, why muscle is going to be a better weight loss than cardio, gaining muscle resistance training. And the biggest thing is because you're going to be increasing your basic metabolic rate. You're going to be increasing the amount of energy that you're using throughout the day. And I mentioned that a little bit. So All this to say, though, activity in and of itself isn't bad. If you live a sedentary life and you're not getting out and moving around, there's a lot of studies showing that doing it, 1 or 2 10-minute walks every day, all this other stuff is really beneficial. It can really help combat diabetes and can increase weight loss, and it improves digestion and sleep and everything else. So there's a lot of studies that back that up. But I'm just saying, if you're looking at the long-term plan, cardio is great short term. If you're trying to shred a couple pounds all at once, but it's not going to be doing much long term to keep it off. And in fact, it's actually a little bit detrimental long term. So these are all just things that I want you to think about. I want to encourage you to consider when you're trying to design a workout program or a weight loss program, especially if you have other conditions going on. I think it's extremely beneficial. Talk to your doctor first. Of course, I'm just a face on a screen. So talk to your doctor, figure out a plan from there, and then work with a personal trainer or something along those lines, and try and figure out what's going to not only work best for you, but also something that you can be compliant with, that you can be consistent with. Because consistency is going to be what ends up making all the difference. If you try to start a phenomenal resistance training program, but you only do it 1 or 2 days a week, and and you're not motivated and you're not trying very hard in the gym and everything, you're not going to go anywhere. Same with a cardio plan. If you start the best cardio plan ever, but you don't stick with it, you're not going to see any changes. And so at the end of the day, any plan, any exercise program is going to be better than no exercise program. But if you're weighing individual programs against each other, one that has a slightly higher emphasis on resistance training, on building muscle, so more of the compound lifts, compound movements, is going to be more beneficial long term than one that is cardio focused. So I just wanted to put that out today. I hope everyone enjoys this, and I hope it's really beneficial to you. I hope that you really use this and further your own knowledge and further your own education through this. So anyways, have a wonderful day, and remember to always improve that 1%.